I'm Sara Reid, and I was juror number 11 in the trial of Jason Chen, the man convicted of murdering Jasmine Pace. Whether you followed this case with us or if you're hearing it for the first time, there's been a new development. On May 4th, 2026, Jason Chen returned to court in Chattanooga, Tennessee, asking for a new trial.
And convicted of killing his girlfriend, Jasmine Pace, was back in court today.
He believes he did not receive a fair trial and his case should be heard again. Jason Chen appeared before a judge in Hamilton County just hours ago. His defense team filed a motion for a new trial, pointing to dozens of examples where they believe Chen's last case fell short.
The brief points to problems with the custody of evidence, the involvement of Pace's family, the search of Chen's apartment, and more.
The hearing took place at the Hamilton County Criminal Courthouse in the same courtroom. Chen's attorney, Amanda Morrison, argued that the original trial was unfair and that his case should be heard again. Issues were raised about the custody of evidence, the search of Chen's apartment, and Jasmine's family being present inside the courtroom. Chen's attorney honed in on the fact that some of Jasmine's family members, including those who were witnesses for the state, had remained inside the courtroom during the trial. Normally, witnesses can be excluded so they don't hear other testimony before giving their own, and the defense argued that this should have prevented those family members from being present. But Judge Boyd Patterson addressed that directly, stating, quote, "The Constitution does allow victims' families to be in the courtroom." Patterson also addressed the larger list of issues that were raised in Chen's motion, making clear that those arguments had already been considered during the trial. He said, quote, "All of those were litigated at length, and the court ruled on the same conclusions that were arrived at," end quote. I sat through that trial for 9 days in January of 2025. I heard the evidence. I watched the exhibits come in. I listened as the state methodically laid out what happened to Jasmine Pace, a 22-year-old whose life was taken in November of 2022. And at the end of that trial, the jury I served on found Jason Chen guilty of first-degree murder and abuse of a corpse. We found him guilty of stabbing Jasmine Pace 60 times, of placing her body inside a suitcase, and of discarding her on the banks of the Tennessee River. That is not easy to say, and it has never been easy to carry, but it is what the evidence showed. For that brutal and horrendous crime, Jason Chen was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And it is with this ruling that Judge Patterson denied Chen's request for a new trial. What that means simply is this: the original jury's verdict stands. The conviction stands, and the sentence, life without the possibility of parole, remains unchanged. News Channel 9 also reported that District Attorney Cody Womp said Jasmine's family has stayed with this case through every challenge for the last 3.5 years.
News Channel 9's Lily Butler was in the courtroom and reports with the judge's ruling tonight. Lily.
Kim and Josh, District Attorney Cody Womp says Jasmine Pace's family has stuck with this trial through all of its challenges for the last 3.5 years. Today, Judge Boyd Patterson put to rest one last challenge, and Womp says she thinks Jasmine would be proud to see her family and friends there in the courtroom one last time as well. A jury found Jason Chen guilty of stabbing Jasmine Pace to death and putting her body in a suitcase, and they sent him to prison for life with no chance of parole.
With this motion denied, Chen's legal options now move to the next step. His attorneys have 30 days to file an appeal if they choose to continue challenging the conviction in a higher court. As someone who sat in that jury box, who listened to the evidence, who watched Jasmine's family sit through the unimaginable, and who helped reach that verdict, this new ruling means that what happened in that courtroom in January of 2025 still holds. The verdict remains in place, the sentence remains in place, and Jasmine's name remains at the center of the story. We'll continue to follow this case and bring you any updates as they come. If you haven't heard Season 1, the full story is available wherever you listen. And for coverage clips and case updates, you can visit us at SEQUESTEREDPod.com. I'm Sara Reid. Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening.